So, Eric, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Can you tell us a little bit about Cautionz? I was at my local track the other day, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I wanted to introduce it to everybody.
Yeah, it's a safety light company. Kind of was inspired by the lights in Supercross and some other things local tracks had going on. Just started out small, and one thing progressed to another, and it really took off. I've been at it about 3 years now, so I think we're at in like 15 different states, Canada, and 30 something tracks. So.
Tell me a little bit more about how you came up with the idea. I know you were inspired by the pro lights and whatnot, but did you go through a lot of renditions, or how did you?
Yeah, I did actually. If
Yeah,
you saw like the first model I came up with, it was nothing like what I sell to tracks now. It happened because I got in a really bad wreck through not having flaggers myself and wanted to do something with it. And I went to my local track, Lincoln Trail Motorsports, and I kind of made a prototype for them and said, "Hey, this is what I can do. Would you be interested in funding the first set for them?" And they bid on it, and I made a set for them, and then they continued to work with me to improve it, and it kind of slowly spread out from there. So
yeah. For me as a medical professional that's tied to action sports, I think it's one of the most overlooked parts of our sport. I mean, you're relying on some teenager who's picking his nose or playing on Instagram to potentially save the life of a downed rider by getting run over by someone else. So I think it's an awesome piece of equipment. Who uses your product currently? I mean, are you at AMA Nationals? Are you doing a lot of AMA regional stuff? Where are you? How many places have your stuff?
yeah, I'm in Promotocross. Last year was our first year, or 2 years ago was our first year. They just do them for the Red Cross flags, though, so you don't see them a whole lot because you don't get a whole lot of Red Cross flags. But they're just now, each year they bought more up at Redbud. I'm supposed to deliver them their ninth pair. I've also done work for Feld Supercross, although they had existing lights. I've just kind of came in and put my internals in them. I'm at different national tracks across the country, like Thunder Valley. I was at WW, or I'm still at WW. Redbud, Tim Ritchie was a big help and big support getting in the national program. So, um, yeah, those are some of the bigger tracks I'm at.
That's awesome. It seems to be really customizable too. I mean, the the model that I saw was, controlled in an operator's tower that had look over the whole track, and they had some portable stuff. How many options and like products do you have
Yeah,
available?
they're semi customizable. What I found is that every track and every promoter kind of has their own way they want to use them. So I had to make them flexible because, like, I'm at a training facility here in Indiana, SSR, and how he's going to use them is completely different from someone who's just going to run them on a race day. So
Right.
as far as how many people are controlling them, how many lights each remote controls, how many colors each light has. Some people take them out just for an event. Some people want to leave them out all week if they're open all week. So, like battery size and stuff like that is all customizable. So,
Cool. Do you think do you think your product can replace humans? Do you think it could be completely automated at some point?
I hope not. Actually, that's probably not the answer you expect. So I started this whole thing to make motocross safer, right? That's my goal. I'm not responsible for how tracks implement them. I think they can definitely reduce the number of flaggers needed with my system, but they can't completely replace them. It's another tool in the toolbox of safety mitigation, right? Like it has some advantages over flaggers that it has redundancy built in. If your flagger's asleep, someone with like a master remote can hit it and make up for the flagger who's not paying attention. I mean, that's the problem with a lot of the tracks is they just can't get quality flaggers. Or it can be
Right.
places that it would be dangerous for a flagger to be. But it's also not a human and can't cover everything that a human can. So, um, My goal is that they get used in situations where maybe like practices where flaggers wouldn't be there, or it's not feasible for them to be there, or training facilities where it's not feasible for flaggers to be there all the time. To be something over nothing, and then to also on race days to be that extra level uh, to to provide extra protection. Where there's already flaggers. So
Right. So you think it's a good accompaniment to how a track is running their existing safety program or flagging
it's a great
program.
addition. Yes. So
Yeah. Awesome. Tell me how, I mean, you mentioned it a minute ago, but kind of elaborate a little bit more on how your first track deal kind of went down, or your first paying client.
like I say, I'm a controls engineer by background. I do like automation and stuff. So how I pictured it being used was just mainly on race day, and I built like this big metal control cabinet box and had a big flag that popped up, and I took that to them, but they liked the concept, and then I built that pro set, which is more like what you see now with LED lights and stuff. I built a small set for them, and I continued getting feedback from them. They used them, and then that training facility by me bought a set, and it just kind of the first couple customers were really helpful in the evolution of them, because there's so many people that helped me along the way. I can't like take credit for the final product now because it's evolved so much. But um, yeah, hopefully I didn't get too off topic there. But
No, I love it. I love it. It's great. So, my role with Whiskey Throttle and with Crash Cart is to kind of shed more light on the health and safety aspect of motocross, right? Especially on a local level. I mean, I've worked with professionals since 2005, and I think the AMA has a really good system for pro riders, and everybody's super alert. Accidents happen, but for the most part, they have a really good system. But these local tracks, man, I mean, it could be like the Wild West, um, where you don't know what the heck is going on. What kind of advice would you have for a local track owner with regards to safety for their riders?
well, I tell every local track owner I go to, whether you want to buy my lights or not, like I you need something there for flagging. Entrance fees could be twice as much to me, and I would happily pay it because it wouldn't cover the medical bills and bike repair bills that I've had to pay from not having flaggers. So if you look at the overall cost of what the hardship and what flagging can save, and especially the real tragic accidents, just I believe it's 100% necessary. So
Yeah, I think every track in America should have your product. I think it's phenomenal. And I was really blown away by it. Where can track owners track you down? Where can they find you?
my website is www.cautionz with a Z on the end.com. It needs updated. I'm a busy man. I run this pretty much all by myself. So I definitely have mainly spread by word of mouth, to be honest. So, which is good. It shows that people believe in my product and stuff. So, I at times like this spring I was super busy and I got backed up on orders. So it's like I say, stuff like the website kind of goes backwards, but I try and have great customer service and really get people what they want. So
Well, as long as you're focusing on the product, that's the most important
yeah,
part,
I
right?
I don't do, like I say, I don't do a whole lot for promotion. As far as being like in Promotocross and Supercross, my main goal has been the grassroots motocross. So that's really the big stuff. Just kind of came as a natural evolution of trying to get out to the small stuff. So
Well, I love it. Cautionz LED lights, guys. Go check them out.
all right, thank you.